In this video, I'd like to show you how to pronounce the letter R in Norwegian. My name is Werner. I've been teaching Norwegian online since 2009, and I'm the co-founder of the online language school Skapago. And yeah, the letter R is one of those letters that I get a lot of questions about, and unfortunately I have to tell you that it's also one of the most difficult sounds in the Norwegian language. But I have good news as well. There are two different R's in the Norwegian language, and basically you can choose which one you want to use, although there is a regional difference. So the two versions are used in different areas of Norway. You can either use the Spanish R that you pronounce with the tip of your tongue, okay, where the tip of the tongue flips up, or you can also use the French R, which you say back in your mouth, okay? The Spanish R is used in Oslo and in Trondheim and in all of northern Norway, and the French R is used in the southwest, in Kristiansand, Stavanger, and Bergen, and in the surrounding regions. So, unfortunately, the only R that does not work in the Norwegian language is the English R. So we will have to look at either the French or the Spanish R. But maybe you come from a country where people speak Spanish or Russian or Czech or probably Polish, and you have this R with the tip of your tongue in your language, then perfect, you can just use this. Or maybe you're French and you have a suitable R in your language, then you can use it with a few adjustments that you have to make, and I'm going to talk about these in a second. So let me start with the Spanish R. The typical feature of the Spanish R is that it goes many times. So you say something like Barcelona, right? It goes like several times. This is what you want to avoid in Norwegian. You want to have it go up once and down, and that's it. Hamar. Okay? Up, down, finished. Hamar. So this is something you should practice. Take like 10, 15 Norwegian words and practice saying the R only once. Don't say hamar or something like that. Once, and that's it, and that's fine. Okay? The other alternative, the French one, just the same thing. If you want to practice it, don't say it like the French Paris, like many times. Just say it once. Hamar. Okay? And finished. Well, okay, if you know none of them, you will have to learn one. And which one should you pick? Well, it really depends a little bit. Of course, you can try both of them. Me personally, I always think that the French one is a little bit easier. Okay, the Spanish one might take you some time to learn. You might have to hire a speech therapist. I'll still show you now how to do it. You will start the Spanish R from the position of the letter T, okay? If you say a t, here you have the tip of the tongue right behind these teeth here, right behind them, okay? And what you want to do is you want to have this T position, but you want to make sure that no air is coming out when you say T, okay? Usually we say t, and a lot of air comes out. You want to block the air stream. Okay, so you build pressure and you say the T, but no air should be coming out while you're saying it. You build this pressure without having the air flow through it. And when you practice this some 15,000 times, you will get very good at keeping the tongue at this position and have it like really rigid, and then you can start flapping it up and down. Okay, this will take a lot of time. You can also try it with another consonant. Usually I try it with a B. That's what most speech therapists recommend. Maybe it works also for you. So you say something like okay, I just showed you something that will take you weeks in 3 seconds. Okay, so you will never start from br and then go to br in a couple of seconds. It will take you a couple of weeks, but it's worth it. Yeah, that's basically the Spanish R. The alternative, of course, that you have is the French R. Before I come to this, short notice, I've made an online video course where I go through the whole Norwegian pronunciation in great detail, where I explain everything that you need to know, and it does not only teach the pronunciation, basically the whole Norwegian language, with grammar and vocabulary and everything based on a coherent story instead of dull dialogues. If you're interested, check it out. There's a link below this video. Okay, that's it for the advertisement. Now let's go to the French R. So the French R, what you basically do is you take a glass of water. Maybe if you want to be really French and really stylish, then you take a glass of wine instead, but you want to practice a lot, so maybe the wine is not a really good idea. Prefer to do it with water. You take the water and you do basically this. Okay, so you let the water pour a little bit in your neck or in your throat, and you try to breathe out. You do this a couple of times. Maybe you have to also do it 2 or 3 weeks. And then you try it without the water. Okay? That is basically how you would make this sound. And of course, automatically, you will make it like vibrate a lot, many times. This is what you want to avoid in the long run. But in the short run, for practicing it, of course, that's absolutely fine. Once this works, you will try it with combinations. And this, by the way, also applies to the Spanish R. So once you can say it, isolate it, either as the br in the Spanish R, or the r in the Spanish R, or the r in the French R, you will start practicing it with other vowels. So you will say, for example, ra, re, ri, and so on. Yeah, or with a French one, ra, re, ri. Once this works, you go for a combination with the vowel also before the R. So you say something like ara, øre, or if you go for the French version, then you say ara, øre, and so on. And only when this works, then you also go for the consonants. So then you say things like tre, tri, or bre, bri, and so on. Okay? This will take you time. It will take you weeks, it might take you months, but it's absolutely worth it. Practice it every day. I usually don't understand why people study grammar and vocabulary for years, but when it comes to pronunciation and something doesn't work very well the first time they try it, they give up after 2 hours. That doesn't make sense. Put the same energy that you put into your vocabulary also into the pronunciation, because once you know how to say these sounds, it will stay forever. And even if you want to learn Spanish afterwards, you will know how to do it. Me, myself, I couldn't say the r sound, the one with the tip of the tongue, when I was a teenager, but I wanted to learn the Czech language, and there you absolutely need it. You have no alternative. So I went to a speech therapist. I went to her for around 3 months with 1 session per week. So it was quite intensive, but now it's 20 years later, and I'm happy that I did it, because I guess it will stay forever. So please put the energy into it that you need. If you have any questions, feel free to share in the comments. Maybe I can make a follow-up video, or I can also help you in the comments. And otherwise, we'll see each other in the next video.